want to give a quick shout out. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. I'm very thankful. So just seems like the right time to do it. Thinking about getting some merch for the channel. If you guys are interested, DM me on Instagram or drop a comment down below if I was to do like a merch drop or a merch plug for ourselves, obviously. We have some custom hats made and some shirts for bigger guys, women, things like that, kids. Been thinking about that, even though I'm a very, very, very small channel. The channel does have over 1 million channel views, so that's incredible. And the videos do pretty good. There's a hit or miss, but again, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section and DM me on Instagram if you guys would be interested in merch dropping. Anyways, so again, we have the ATV trailer pulled in the garage here. If you guys missed the makeover video of this where I put some new fenders, got new tires, repacked the bearings, repainted it, rewired it, put some hide marker lights on it. We did a whole makeover in this trailer, put like 8 tie downs on this thing. Make sure you guys go back. I think it was like 8 or 9 months ago we did a trailer makeover. The video didn't do too well from what I remember, but I enjoyed it, so I posted it. And really, this trailer's a nice little thing. It's an old pop-up camper that was converted into a little flat deck trailer. It's 6x12. It's a 6x12 deck, one 3,500-pound axle, single 5-lug. This did have an old VIN tag. It has a GVRW of 3,500 pounds. So all in all, I would say it's good to hold at least 3,000 pounds. Obviously, I'll never put that much on this thing, but again, it is what it is. You guys can see it still has a set front of rails here. This was part of the structure or the framework of the old pop-up camper part of it. So again, that's all been cut off. It acts like a rub rail or like a stop, if you will, or like a railing. You know, we actually use this Halloween night to put kids on, pull around like a little sled, if you will, behind the golf cart. Golf cart fits on here perfectly, and that thing is right at 1,000 pounds, and it holds it no problem. You guys can see when I put the fenders on it and put extra reinforcements, and I put new fenders on it after I did that video. So those were new, and I can actually sit on these things, and it doesn't move. But anyways, I went to Marketplace today, and I picked up the set of ramps, brand new for 45 bucks. Apparently the guy that I got them from, he works at a place where they unload Harley Davidson motorcycles, something like that, or they get these ramps in like the cargo shipments. They were wrapped up. One of them had a sticker on it that said Ramp 1. The other thing didn't have any logos or stickers on the wrapping, but they were brand new. And you guys can see we do not have any railing or any type of connection system to attach ramps to in the back of this trailer, and that's the one flaw. When we got the golf cart on here, we had to use some metal ramps. We had to use 4x4s to space it up on the concrete, of course, so they wouldn't skid across the actual floor. And then we got it. Now, obviously, if you guys are like brush, wood, mud, trying to use ramps is not ideal. They're just going to sink. They're going to slide. They're going to, tip over possibly. So I've been looking for a set of ramps for cheap, and you guys know this is a budget-minded project. Originally, that's what was the original idea, and I put new fenders on it, did all that work. I'm wearing this thing still less than 150 bucks, and I got these for 45 bucks. I was like, okay, it's worth that. So you guys can see they're actually pretty nice. They have this slotted hole in the bottom and the top here. Then they have this rolled little plate here. It looks like a piece of pipe cut in half. It's like 1/16 of an inch material, pretty thin. You guys come over here to this side. You can see I heated up with the torch and I walled it with a hammer, kind of hit that by accident. And you guys can see I got this one completely flat. The trailer is eyeballed as level as I can get. Obviously, it's never going to be perfect because trailers are never on 100% level surface. So take that in consideration, okay? Here we have some leftover flat stock I got. This is 1/4 inch thick flat stock. It's 14 inches long. Took a square, squared it, got a middle mark, 12 and 12. The idea behind this, we're going to do this cheap and dirty. Now, you guys are probably thinking like car trailers or utility trailers, work trailers. They'll have a piece of flat stock with a big tube or metal bar. It goes all the way across. And you guys have your mega ramps that sit on that like a hinge. Obviously, this trailer doesn't need that. Don't want to put excess weight on it, okay? And I want these to be removable. They're not permanent. Next thing, I like how this trailer is a flat radius all the way around. I didn't want anything hanging off the trailer. As low as this thing is, I'm always walking on and off of it if I'm not paying attention, if I'm recording a video, or somebody has, like a kid or whatever the case may be. I don't want like a rub rail out here for a potential to get snagged on if I'm backing the trailer up to load something. I don't want this to get bent or ripped off. Yes, this back lip here, this back panel is C-channel. It's pretty strong, but it's kind of bent. I really don't feel like squaring this up. And originally the idea was I was gonna weld some L-channel to the end of this, like this, if that makes sense. Put a piece of L-channel kind of on a 40-degree angle, weld it like that, like car trailers do. You sit that in that groove and you guys can move it the width in and out to adjust your footprint on how wide whatever your loading is, okay? Now, obviously, I was going to do that, but it's a lot of welding. I'd have to stitch weld it all the way across. Don't feel like doing that. This is the cheap, easy, dirty method. And I'm probably going to take these ramps. You guys can see how light they are. They are steel. Probably going to end up mounting these along the side, some sort. Simplest way would be to drill a hole, put big washers and a clevis pin, drill it through a bolt, and just put it on either side. Or what I could do is I could just mount them up here. And obviously when a vehicle turns, I'd have to be cautious of that. And then I can't go straight with it because I'd lose deck service. So I'm probably going to mount them on the sides, and they can stay with the trailer. So I'll probably do that, go to the store tomorrow, get some big bolts. Or hell, I could even put some rib nuts in here and put some bolts and things like that. That's an idea later. But anyways, let's go ahead and get these ramps done, okay? Again, the trailer is about as eyeball as Joe Biden's economic plans. So you guys can see here, the trailer is about level. We're 16 inches on both sides on a pivoting axis. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead, heat this up again. Very carefully, going to wall this like your mom. And we're going to get our axis here, okay? Now, obviously, the weight's going to be on the plate. And you guys are probably thinking, well, how are you going to keep this ramp from shooting out if a tire spins or if it breaks traction? Again, you guys can see we have these slotted holes. Just like the adjustable aluminum ramps you get at like Northern Tool, Walmart, Tractor Supply. Simple and easy. You're just going to take a ratchet strap, come up under here, and go up here underneath this rear. Or even go to these hook or the tie down points. There's 8 tie down points. Or if you guys want, even go to the leaf spring hanger. It's going to keep it easy, simple, and cheap. If anything, I can always weld something later here, but we'll figure that out later.